What is up? It is White Rabbit, and we are back at it with another video. You read the title, you don't need any more information. Let's dive right into the video with some SPL news. Smite Pro League is back, and we are just done week 1. Alright, before we get into the SPL stuff, which was a fantastic weekend of games, even though they mostly were all shutouts, I just want to get into a couple serious things and get a little real with you for a second. I know that my upload schedule has been kind of trash, and actually it's not even a schedule, it's just non-existent. So that's what this is all about. I'm going to go ahead and try and put out these weekly videos, give me a little bit of a sense of rhythm, and hopefully it creates a purpose for me to make more videos and really sit here behind the camera and make more of these Smite tutorials and other videos that you guys all want to enjoy. So that's what these Smite Pro videos are about. And if you like them, please like and subscribe. If you don't, well then I'm not here for you. I'm not here for you. So fuck off. But with that being said, let's dive into the Smite Pro League stuff and hope that this corrects my creational brain and I can put out more video for you guys. So let's dive into it. All right. Let's start by talking about Saturday, where we had two absolute blowout of games, and it really set the standard, which I think is amazing. We had the Oni Warriors versus the Highland Ravens, and we had the Jade Dragons versus the Atlantis Leviathans. First, let's talk about the Oni Warriors and the Ravens. All right. So first, talking about game 1, which was Oni Warriors versus the Highland Ravens, was a great game, but the Oni Warriors were just absolutely outclassing the Highland Ravens, all except for pretty much game 3, where the Highland Ravens had a shot. The Oni Warriors just completely shut it down, especially in game 1, where they ended the game about 20,000 gold up. It wasn't even close. Pagon, Panatom, and Solo Troll were just absolute monsters on the field, and really it looked like the only one that showed up to play for the Highland Ravens was Haddix. It was just an absolute decimation. So props to the Oni Warriors. I think they're going to be the team to beat this year. They're going to really carry everybody, so we'll see where it goes. But moving on to game 2. Alright, so set 2, which was amazing, between the Jade Dragons and the Atlantis Leviathans, kind of hurt my soul a little bit because I'm a huge fan of Polar Bear Mike, but Leviathans won 3-0. It wasn't even close, okay? You know what? They want to say that the playmakers were Panda Cat and Ranyu. I'm going no. I'm saying Jungle Dick, okay? I'm saying adapting was not contested that entire game. There was nothing that Lasborough could do that was going to stop adapting. It was just clear as day. It was the Leviathans showed up as a team. Don't get me wrong, they showed up as a team and they showed how to play, but adapting just had the field. He just had it, and there was nothing that the Jade Dragons could do to stop him. So an amazing set, but Leviathans clearly came out on top here. I'm curious to see how they hold that up in later games, but it was amazing. Game 3 between the Eldritch Hounds and the Oni Warriors was another sweep, okay? And you know what? To be fair, the Oni Warriors, I kind of saw it coming against the Eldritch Hounds, but I have to say, in this game, the Eldritch Hounds were just too passive. Every single game, they were just too passive. They let the Oni Warriors gain speed and eventually just win each game, especially in game 2. The Eldritch Hounds had every single possible advantage. If you go back and watch that game, you'd be like, how did they lose? And it's just because they were so passive. They just let the Oni Warriors build, and it was a hard game to watch, to be honest. The Eldritch Hounds put out a huge fight, and I want to say props to them, because again, I said it earlier, the Oni Warriors, they look like the team to beat. So the fact that the Eldritch Hounds put out such a good fight, I'm here for it. That was the kind of games I'm looking for. So props to both of them. But the Oni Warriors take another clean sweep, putting them a 2-0 for the weekend. And gotta say, give them props. Give them props where it's due. They've been showing out. They've been showing out. If there was any set to watch in the last games, it was the Gilded Gladiators versus the Jade Dragons. Amazing game, because it went to 5. It was the only set that went to 5. It was the only set that went to 4. Okay, everything else was a clean sweep. So it was just a great game to watch. In the first 2, the Jade Dragons took the games. Then I was like, all right, it's over. All right, my man PBM, he's just shutting it down out there. Like, they've got it. And then the Gilded Gladiators came back and won the next 2. And it was tense, all right? I didn't know which way to look for that last game. but finally the Jade Dragons took it in the end and they won. I was psyched. I'm here for it. I want to see the Jade Dragons versus the Styx Ferrymen in the very last game for the Worlds. So I'm curious to see how both these teams keep stacking up against each other. But for Game 5, we had the Highland Ravens versus the Camelot Kings. This is the first time we saw the Kings play this weekend, so I wasn't really sure how they were gonna turn out, but it turns out they turned out quite nicely. I'll be honest though, they shouldn't have won all the games as they did. That last game, Game 3, definitely should have went to the Highland Ravens because just how well Venenu and Scream were playing, they really carried the game, and you know what? They ended up not winning. I honestly don't know how the Camelot Kings won that game. I'm gonna go with the same thing that happened earlier with the Eldritch Hounds, where they were just playing a little too passively around those Phoenixes, and the Camelot Kings took a lucky break. I do think that in the end, the Camelot Kings would have won all the set, even if it didn't go to a Game 4 or Game 5, but it was just a great game to watch. So Camelot Kings still looking good. And that brings us into Game 6. Game 6. Beautiful game between the Styx Ferrymen and the Atlantis Leviathans. It was intense. The first game was really good. The Styx Ferrymen showed them who was boss. All right, Cyno looked great. Aurora looked great. I'm biased as hell. I'm a Styx Ferryman fan, so this is probably gonna sound a little bit, biased, but whatever. All right, that's who I'm here to see. All right, Game 2 was absolutely insane. The Styx Ferrymen were behind the entire game. It should not have been a Styx Ferryman game. The Leviathans were looking great. Shinto was putting down kills. He went 12-2 that game. How do you lose going 12-2? Well, it was because of a botched Fire Giant call. There was a fight around Fire Giant. The Styx Ferrymen took that fight. They spun it around and they pushed it down. All right, it was absolutely insane. The Ferrymen, I thought they were out that game. I pretty much counted them out, and you know what? You can never do that in a Smite game. You can't count anyone out. All right, and then in Game 3, they closed it out easy, 22-11 kills, 38-minute match. Styx Ferrymen took the set, and they're moving on to the next weekend. They only played one game this weekend, but goddamn, was it a good weekend of Smite. So I'm super happy to see them really holding on to their skill level. It was great games all around. So I'm here for it. Man, what a bunch of great games this weekend. I cannot wait till next weekend to watch some more. If you stuck around this long, that means that you also are a giant fan of the SPL, so that's awesome. I'm glad that you are here with me, and we can keep these games going. I hope to put out some more videos for you, but I mean, I'm only Rabbit, so who knows what I'll actually do. If you do want more SPL updates and kind of keep you on the hype train till Worlds, please like and subscribe down below. It tells me that these types of videos are something that you're interested in. If not, then you know what? You probably didn't make it this far. And until next time, BERVVX. Good night.